Brian Himmelfarb here, aka the 2018 underway officially as of right now. Press conference number one already in. We're talking about EA today as they just wrapped up. And what can I really say about this one? I think part of my words were not bad, but not great. What's up, Alpha Excalibur? Always the first one always in here. Thank you, Alpha, for joining me. There was a leak that took place before the press conference. I didn't get a chance to really get into that leak before everything got underway, but according to Amazon Italy, it appeared they had leaked the release date for BioWare's Destiny killer game called Anthem before the press conference even started. They gave it all the way the goodies. Why is it that the American Amazon can't give us this? We always got to go to Amazon Italy, Amazon France, Amazon Germany, whatever. They always give out those dates. Now, according to them, the leak date they brought out was February 19th, 2019, which obviously is not the case. We found out during the press conference the release date of Anthem actually is February 22nd. Close enough, right? So we get the word on Anthem, and we're going to get into that here during this review of today's press conference as we open up E3 2018. So thank you guys here coming in to join me. If you guys are new, hit that subscribe button. Click the bell for all the notifications so you guys don't miss out on all the live content. Of course, you guys can follow me on Twitter at highoctane_buzz. Kind of missed out on the opportunity to kind of tweet with you guys during the show because of the fact that it seems my hotel internet decided to go ahead and take a deep shit. So it was very disappointing that I couldn't tweet with you guys because I know TSS, I know you said something too. We're going to get into that cringe that took place during this event. But yeah, it was kind of doo-doo. Let me go ahead and run this down. But I am kind of excited for at least a couple games. As far as most of the others, I was like, EA Sports, and they decided to take EA Sports and spread it out and not put it all together as one because we all knew we were going to go take the sandwich break or the bathroom break. I kind of stuck around for it. Shameful on my part. But let's open up and talk about Battlefield 5. Battlefield 5 is a game I'm starting to kind of get a little more impressed with. It's a game I'm really ready to say, you know what? I'm willing to go ahead and play Battlefield 5. I'm not worried about all the negativity that seems to be coming back from some of the fans. But looking at what we saw today, I'm a little bit more interested. So one of the things I'm going to talk about during this review is something that's been very common that took place during, from the beginning, from Battlefield 5 all the way over to Anthem. And that is a focus on community feedback. This is something that was throughout the press conference, you heard over and over, and they drilled it right into your head. But that wasn't the only thing they drilled. They also drilled in the fact of no microtransactions, no loot boxes. How many times you heard that one today? All right, so obviously they've heard that because we don't want the microtransactions. We don't want the loot boxes because we remember what happened with Battlefront 2, another game we'll be getting into during this review. But yeah, Battlefield 5, no microtransactions, no loot boxes, and of course, free premium DLC. So they're sticking to that. And they've also mentioned how it is the deepest and most immersive game yet. And I believe them. I believe what I'm seeing here. They talked about how you can move stationary weapons around the battlefield if you guys were able to catch that. So you could take what looked like a stationary, like a howitzer gun, and take your vehicle, latch onto it, and move it somewhere else. So I thought that was very interesting. So being able to move stuff around was great. The destruction system, again, something that's a staple for Battlefield. It looks really good. When you're seeing the tanks just ram right through these buildings, it was phenomenal. And this is something that the Battlefield series has always been known for in terms of destruction, and we're going to see that again. So they've also mentioned during Battlefield 5, because a lot of people brought up how, wait a minute, why are there women in the game and all this stuff? They mentioned their portrayal of World War II. So it's not the historical accuracy of World War II. They're just giving their look at World War II. So I thought that was an interesting point that they brought across, which again brings into the whole females in the battlefront and stuff like that. Again, it's not something that I'm not too overly concerned about. I don't care if they have females in the game. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I get it. They want to give a portrayal of everyone, and that's fine. No big deal there. But the Untold Stories that was used during Battlefield 1 is back again, which I think was one of the highlights of Battlefield 1. So I think that's a great thing that they went ahead and added in. Now, this is something I've really got to say, what the fuck? Here we go. We're going into the fad thing again. They announced Royale. Obviously, a Battle Royale mode is now coming to Battlefield 5. And I couldn't be a little more depressed when you kind of built everything up, got everybody hyped, and at that point I felt like some of the hype left the room when they said Royale. And I just threw my head down, or I threw my head back, and I just said, I can't fucking believe it. They're going to put a Battle Royale mode into the game. Why are we still chasing fads? I get it. You know, I pre-ordered Black Ops 4, so I know what I was getting into with a Battle Royale mode. But why now does every single game have to have a Battle Royale? I'm worried about tomorrow during Microsoft's press conference if they announce Halo for a Battle Royale. I'm going to be like, why does every game need some sort of Battle Royale mode? It's enough. Stop, please. Stop going after this fad. I hate it. Am I eventually going to play it because I'm saying that I'm going to get Battlefield 5? Yes, I'm going to play it. But please, no more Battle Royale. We got enough. I don't want to see any more. Please. You know, Microsoft, it's not like they're going to be fucking listening right now. But, dude, get rid of the Battle Royale. They did mention during the Xbox press briefing tomorrow, we're going to look at something called Nordley's War Story. This obviously is the female character that was focused on originally and looks to be part of the cover art for the game. So we're going to see her, part of her war story tomorrow during the Xbox press conference, which is tomorrow afternoon. I think it's around like 3, 4 o'clock. Game did look very gritty, a little colorful. Not something that you see a lot in World War II, which is a lot of color. So I never really seen it like that. A lot of times when we look at a World War II movie, it gets a little gritty. So a little different to see, but it still looked great. Graphically, it looked great. More than likely, I think we saw this off of a PC. Yes, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you, Elias. Greatly appreciate that. 3 o'clock Central for me. But it did look gritty, looked great. Again, it looked like it was running off a PC. What's up, Mellow Yellow? Great to see you in here today. TSS also, thank you very much for being here. Looks gritty, looks great. I'm impressed by Battlefield 5. So, is it going to be the kind of game that says I'm not going to play Black Ops 4? No. I'm going to be able to incorporate both games and enjoy them. So, the first bathroom break kind of came in after this. It was FIFA 19. Here we go, right to EA Sports. But we knew that the World Cup was coming. I think it starts in like 5 days. So, World Cup is on the way. But they also announced the UEFA Champions League. You saw that big trophy that was up on the stage. They announced that this the new Champions League is being added. It's going to have a tournament mode and also career mode. They also announced, if you guys are playing FIFA 18, a World Cup update. I was going to say update. No, update. World Cup update for FIFA 18. Also announced more precision movements and an emphasis on Ultimate Team, which is kind of their microtransaction mode. So it seems that the microtransactions clearly are going to stay with the sports games and not in the games that we want the most, which obviously stand around Battlefield and Anthem. So as I said, Anthem we'll get into in a little bit. Hey guys, thank you all who are coming in here now. Thank you for showing the love. Hit that like button while you're here. Greatly appreciate it. Saw some guys going ahead and retweeting as we're going live here. They're doing that on Twitter. Thank you guys very much. Greatly appreciate it. We did get an announcement for those of you guys on PC, Origin Access Premier, which is launching later this summer. This is mainly for the PC players, not really much for console players. So this is something, you know, if you got PC, this is a big thing for you. You're going to be able to play these new EA games and, of course, the older titles in the vault, something that we also have with Access. But this seems to be a little bit more where they're going to have more publishers in this service. So if you got PC and you're using the EA Origin, this is definitely something for you. Me, I'm more of a console player, so I don't really have that option. Um, Andrea Renee, who of course was the host of this event, was out in the audience, and all of a sudden looked like she was going to interview an audience member. But we find out it's one of the heads of Respawn Entertainment. This is something I mentioned during my EA or E3 special on the past episode, The Himmel God Has Spoken. If you guys missed it, make sure you guys go catch it. But we talked about Respawn Entertainment's new Star Wars game. I mentioned this, and we got what the title is going to be. We didn't see any trailers or any teases, but we got what the title of the game is, which is called Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This is a game where you're going to get to be able to play as a Jedi. The game will take place during the Dark Times, which is obviously between the events of the prequels and the original trilogy. So between episodes 3 and 4, hopefully maybe we get to see some Darth Vader in this game, because it's about around the time where they're hunting down all the Jedi. So this is really a very interesting game. Obviously, a single-player focused game. It's not something that's going to be a multiplayer focus at all. So that makes me happy. Hopefully, we get some sort of RPG elements that kind of go with this as well. This is going to be available holiday 2019. So I'm a little excited about it. I did say between 2019 and 2020 when I talked about it this past Thursday. So I'm excited for this. More Star Wars. Yeah, we got to wait a little longer, about a year and a half, but still, I'm psyched for it. If you got some Star Wars hype, let me know in the chat, dude, you guys. This wasn't the only Star Wars news that we got. Of course, we heard more about Star Wars Battlefront 2. And if you noticed, when the guy came up there and started talking about it, he started apologizing, and you noticed the apologies coming because Battlefront 2 did not live up to all of our expectations. And for me, as a Battlefront player, I agree with that, because a lot of the things that we saw in the game, the loot boxes and microtransactions, the way they were trying to monetize the game, and kind of ruined a lot of the things that we loved about the original Star Wars Battlefront games, was taken away from us. And but it seems that today they're trying to bring a glimmer of hope. And they did announce a new squad system, being able to play the game with your friends. Also mentioned a new Starfighter mode, obviously with some dogfighting, which is something I think a lot of people really wanted. Yes, you got it right, TSS. EA's greed did ruin Star Wars Battlefront 2. They did. But it seems that they're starting to make some effort to kind of make the game better. Is it too little too late? Possibly, but at least they're trying to do something. Of course, the Han Solo season, which is going on right now, season 2, is based on the new Solo Star Wars movie, which eventually I might go see, or else I'll wait till down the road and watch it. But they did announce some cool stuff. So let's get to one of the bigger ones. The Clone Wars content on the way now. We're going to get Clone Wars content, something that the fans have been asking for. Even I've asked for it a little bit, even though the prequels are not my thing. But still, the Clone Wars was a good aspect even of the original Battlefront games. So we're going to get the Clone Wars. And they did announce characters that are coming into the game. So we're going to get more characters. Obviously, they announced General Grievous, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Count Dooku, and Anakin Skywalker will be added for hero characters in the game. So, very happy with that. So we're going to get, obviously, some space battles and other things. Land battles, they said it's going to start in Geonosis. Very interesting to see how this is going to come around. I think this is going to come around more towards the fall, because I said more focus on the Han Solo season. They mentioned Extraction is back. They got a Kessel map, which is coming into the game as well. But here's one that really got me, a good kicker. Command posts are coming back, or actually are being introduced, because they never really had them in the past game. Command posts, something from the original Battlefront, as well as being able to play the game and board capital ships and all that stuff. We're going to have that now. We're going to have these game modes added into the game, which I'm really excited about. Of course, on the other side, as a guy who also enjoys single player, are we going to get this available in single player? I really want that element. That's something that we enjoyed from the original Battlefront games, and hopefully we get to see that as well. not a very strong emphasis on the single player, like a skirmish mode. I know they've been doing a lot with arcade mode. They've been adding content. They finally added Starfighter Play, which has been pretty good. But I kind of want Galactic Assault, as a single player option, and hopefully these command post style games can also be added as part of a single player. So, hashtag solo players matter. We're still like asking for more single player content to have more control with our original Battlefront. As my phone just rang, and I hate when my phone interruption. So, but yeah, command posts back. Hopefully, we get a bit of the original Star Wars based games, please. So, really, really excited about that. I want to get into is Unravel 2. I love the first game. I love the original Unravel and was character, and just literally was like bawling. He's just crying, Yeah, a lot of phone calls going on. I'm sorry, Elias, but he was bawling his heart out about this game, and I was a guy who was just sitting there and watching and saying to myself, I really like what I see with this game, Unravel. And I started playing the original, loved the original, and now we get Unravel 2, which, by the way, is out today. It's out today. It's available right now in the store. Go get it. Very impressed with Unravel 2. It's a game about fresh starts, second chances, a game that's made to be played with two characters, which you could play in either solo or in co-op. Very entertaining concept. I'm very happy about that. Two of these players, of course, sharing the same yarn. So learning to work together. It kind of makes me think of a little bit of Little Big Planet and style of a game where you got to work together to solve puzzles. But again, you could play solo or you could play in co-op. So they took care of the audience the way I wanted them to. So very happy to see that with Unravel 2. Very emotional once again. We see our good buddy up there. It would have been nice if he brought up the other Yarny character, because I thought that would have been really cool if they had both Yarny characters together. I think that would have been very interesting. They did have a gameplay demo which looked very good. Looked like you were chasing against like a bird or like a buzzard or something, like a turkey or a buzzard, whatever it was. It was actually really neat. And showing how the concepts of working together, when you can have one guy on one side doing the distraction and the other could be hiding under, moving over to the other side, trying to get his buddy across, because you're, again, both sharing that same piece of yarn. So I thought that was really cool. So nice to see another indie game. I wasn't expecting Unravel 2, but I think they kind of leaked it a little bit before the press conference as well, that I did hear about it. So all of a sudden it's available now. This is really, really awesome. So I'm looking forward to this game. And I'm going to be downloading it today. So Unravel 2, hopefully I'll get some gameplay up here on YouTube or on Twitch or something. We'll get something going. Sea of Solitude, another indie game that was brought up. I think it's from Yomai, which is going to be available in early 2019. A game where, again, we have our developer that comes up there, very emotional. It looked like she was ready to cry when she's up there on stage. But she talked about a game that shows how people experience loneliness, bringing forth an emotional world where everything has to be brought back into balance. Very Star Wars-ish, right? But the balance type of thing of starting out of a character who's going through this loneliness, who goes into the darkness and becomes like a monster and is looking to make their way back to the light and be human again. Very interesting game. If you take the letters, obviously an acronym, SOS, which is the kind of the name of the game here. Very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing a little bit more of this game. Of course, as I said, it's available in early 2019. But based on what I saw, a lot of platform elements, maybe some puzzle elements as well to go with the game. And with the indie games, you kind of expect that a lot. But one of the things that kind of draws me to the indie games a little bit more is not just the art, but the storytelling and the different style and elements of gameplay that is different from what we're used to in our mainstream platforms. Pew pew pew, shoot guns or race cars or do stuff like that. We get away from the norm and do something a little bit different. So really cool to see that with Sea of Solitude, obviously Unravel, two highly, I think, anticipated indie titles that we're going to see. NBA Live 19 was announced. I know, EA Sports. They announced a thing called My Squad, and kind of really got into the customization options. Saw a little gameplay again. It's what you expect. EA Sports, it's in the game. Okay. Let's get to the cringe. Let's begin with Madden NFL 19. We had, I forgot the name of the Steelers receiver that came up there, and they had an esports player who's holding around that fancy belt, Madden Bowl champion. They sit there and they go through a little prepared skit kind of thing up on stage. You could see the nervousness on this esports player kid. The way that he was talking is like, you could see how bad it was. Yeah, TSS. Hopefully NBA Live 19 is better because 2K needs competition. I agree. He talked about how, this kid talked about how he skipped his graduation for the money. Kids, stay in school and go to your graduation, honestly. Okay? This guy decided to skip the graduation because he wanted to go out there for the money. Look, I get it. Y'all want to chase the paper. We get it. But I kind of didn't care about this segment at all. It was just terrible. The Madden belt looked better than the WWE belt, says Sausage. Greatly agree, Sausage. I couldn't agree with you more. That Madden belt did look better than the WWE title. Maybe we can give it to Roman Reigns. But, or he could keep the Fruit Loop belt for all I care. Anyway, they did show a gameplay trailer. The gameplay trailer looked good. The skit stuff was cringy and terrible. I hated it. I didn't want to hear about it at all. It was just boring. I just wanted to get to the gameplay, but again, yes. But please, kids, graduate, says Elias. Yes, get out there and graduate. It's one of the best times of your life, especially for me when I graduated high school, and this kid decided to skip it because, like, oh, I got my diploma already. I'm going to go get my money. Dude, you just sound stupid. But we get to more cringe. I mean, it's like everything was, like, going good, and then all of a sudden it just went, poof. Okay, because the mobile games showed up. Here came the mobile games, and we have a game called Command & Conquer Rivals. And they bring these two guys up that were doing like a commentary, and then bring two esports players in to play this mobile game. And they're commentating during this trash. It was terrible. It was probably one of the worst things I ever saw. I mean, basically, let me put it this way. This was me. I wanted to die. Okay, it was just so freaking bad. It was terrible. I just wanted it to end. I was like, please, let the cringe fest end. I had some Twitter going on a little bit, and I was trying to say, let me stop the press conference to go talk to people on Twitter, but I didn't. I bared through it, and it was terrible. I was like, please end. But eventually it did end. It was a game where, a real-time strategy game where you focus your forces into this, to get control points to have a missile shoot off at another person's base. And if they get 2 missiles hit their base, it's game over for them. That's what it is. It's 1v1. It's coming to iOS and Android, and there's a beta available for Android users today. So if that's going to be your style of game, go check it out. I'm not much of a real-time strategy player, so I kind of don't care a little bit of that. But seriously, guys, if you're going to do this cringy-ass commentary with the game, which was so fucking terrible, I just want to forget it even happened. Please don't do it. Find another way to go ahead and advertise your game. I just did not want to see what I saw. So we had our first couple of cringe moments, and probably the first of quite a few that we're going to see at E3 for the next week. So finally, let's get to the last game here, Anthem. Let's talk about Anthem. Basically, a brief synopsis here. Anthem has players playing the role of freelancers. Exploration as well as protecting humanity is the theme of this game. You're piloting special exosuits called Javelins, which you'll be able to customize, like the look of your Javelin as well as the weaponry that you go ahead and use, and of course your abilities. Very Destiny-esque. That is something I'm getting out of this. Gameplay, of course, co-op in nature, which fits for games as a service. However, you can play the game in single player. However, the game is considered to be a little bit more difficult if you play in solo. So they're kind of forcing the multiplayer aspect to you, even though you can play in single player and beat the game in single player, but they're telling you play in co-op. Um, they took a deep dive, another buzz term that we're hearing during E3 this year, deep dive. We heard this for the Sony press conference for 4 of their games where they're going to take this deep dive. So another buzz term other than words like experience. And now we have deep dive. So another buzz term, E3 brings another one. The gameplay, of course, is a shared world that everyone will experience together. What's up, Wise Society? How you doing, buddy? Shared world, everyone experiences together. The Javelin classes, we're going to see 4 different Javelin classes. You got the Ranger, who's a little bit more of a close combat style of character. Could be like your all-around commando type of character. You got your Colossus, which is kind of going to be like your tank with the big-ass weapons. You got your Interceptor, and of course, a Storm character. Very interesting. I think some of the people are really going to focus a lot on that Ranger class. Some of the people might go right to the Storm class, whereas the Colossus and Interceptor kind of your 2 middle range characters. Full customization, as I mentioned, and of course, like they mentioned before, no loot boxes. The loot box thing, very common that we've heard during this press conference. They've really kind of hammered this loot box thing home, not just in Battlefield, Star Wars, and as well as Anthem, kind of saying, we're listening to you. We know you don't want the loot boxes. And while there's maybe very few games where I would utilize a loot box scenario, which obviously Overwatch is one of them, because it's just all, cosmetic and fun, and you get all the different skins and different things that you can put onto your character. I'm actually okay with that. But most of these games, like they mentioned Anthem, I don't want to see a loot box. I don't want to see anything that you got to leave to chance in that style of game. Battlefield, obviously the same way, so they're showing that they're not going to do pay to win or anything that would come out as terrible. So overall, how I would probably grade this on a scale of 1 to 10. Hopefully you guys leave it in the comments below here. Leave me your your scale out of 1 to 10. What did you guys think of this event? I'm kind of like really in the middle on this one. As I said, I don't think it was great, but then again, I don't think it was as bad as it could have been. Elias saying 5 out of 10 for EA. I'm kind of right there with you. I'm between about a 5 to a 6 at the most, and 6 is kind of giving them a little too much credit. TSS saying 3 out of 10 for this press conference. My highlights, as I said, Battlefield 5 did look good. Anthem looked good. Will I play it on day 1? I don't know. Unravel 2 is one of them I'm really interested in playing. Sea of Solitude eventually, when it's released, has my interest. The EA Sports stuff, I just did not care. A little shocked that we didn't get some type of NBA Jam announcement, since EA has the rights to NBA Jam, and didn't bring anything to the table. So this makes me think that maybe during Microsoft's event tomorrow, we might get that NBA Jam announcement. So, because Tim Kutzrow, of course, was in talks with Microsoft. So we're going to see how that goes. TSS saying they played it too safe during the press conference. Agree. Alpha saying he's giving it a 4 out of 10. As I said, I'm between about a 5 and 6, as I said, is giving him too much credit. So I think I'm kind of there with some of you guys. I'm at a 5 right now. At most. And again, this rating could go down over time, but right now I'm kind of at a 5. As I said, there are some things that really did impress me, but the sports thing really killed it. The cringiness really hurt. Even Andrea Renee at times started getting a little cringy, and even though she's very good looking, but kind of cringy. ADTR comes in at the end. What's up, ADTR? Man, greatly appreciate you being here. Hopefully you catch the beginning of what I was talking about in the review. Folks, this is only the beginning. This is only the first press conference of the weekend. It's the only one today. Tomorrow, obviously, we're going to have Microsoft and Bethesda. We'll be covering both of those press conferences, so make sure you guys tune in for that. It is a do or die for Microsoft. Make sure you guys tune in to find out and get my opinions on their press conference, because I think a lot of people will be looking at that one. Dave25, what's up, Dave? Thank you for joining me here today. Bethesda, I think, is going to be very interesting. A lot of games they're going to be looking into revealing tomorrow. Maybe we get that Elder Scrolls 6 announcement, but again, that's a long shot. But I think the focus, of course, on Fallout 76 is going to be the main thing, and obviously, if they announce Starfield, is going to be huge. Microsoft tomorrow could have an announcement of Cyberpunk 2077. They did not show NHL 19 today, Dave. No NHL today. Ronnie Lee said just got the notification. Holy crap! We're gonna have to work on this notification stuff, YouTube. Holy shit! But hopefully you guys catch some of the stuff from the beginning. If you're just coming in now, I'm sorry that you guys got a late notification. Click the bell, hopefully, that they give you something that you know when I go live. So a little tip, guys. After every press conference, I will be live. So right after Microsoft's conference is over, I will be live. After Bethesda's is over, I will be live. So you guys, I'll be able to interact with all of you. So make sure as soon as it's over, just jump right on here onto the channel, and you will see me go live right away. So we could talk about it and kind of get your guys' input of what you thought. You guys have been putting that in the chat, and I'm trying to read it along as you guys are putting it in. I want to thank everyone for being here today. As I said, this is the only press conference we got today. We're going to sit back, relax, enjoy the rest of the day. Hopefully we get some Insomniac tonight with Ken from Foul Mouths. I know Billy Ricky's looking like he's going to be going live later on. It's going to be a good weekend. A lot of E3, a lot of stuff I want to cover, a lot of games we're going to cover. Thank you guys for being here. Quick look and a quick review of what I thought. What did I think of Madden NFL 19? Okay. It's okay. It's Madden. There's nothing I could really put out for that. CM Punk, yeah, he's going to be on tonight with UFC. Madden NFL 19 was okay. I don't know what else they can really show at this point. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they'll focus in on the story mode again, but we didn't really get much on that. Maybe during Microsoft's event tomorrow we see a little bit more, because really it was more of just like a tease. But they had that cringe-worthy kind of segment before they showed a gameplay trailer. But yeah, based on the gameplay trailer, it did look good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed all this. I am Brian Himmelfarb, aka the Himmel God. On the way out, guys, click the like button. Greatly appreciate it. Click on the bell. If it's your first time ever here, hit subscribe. Greatly appreciate you guys being here, for giving me your feedback, getting that thumbs up. Flow Grown OG, thank you, buddy. Greatly appreciate it. So we'll be back here again tomorrow for Microsoft and Bethesda. We'll have one right after Microsoft's press conference. I will be live, and then right after Bethesda's conference, I will come back again. Thank you, Old Dirty Sausage. I love that name. Alpha Excalibur, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Good shit, dude, as he comes in the chat. Thank you guys very much. TSS, thank you for being here. Dave25, Ronnie Lee, everyone that's been a part, everyone who's been putting the retweets. Mellow Yellow, just saw Johnny Ray Sinister putting it in. Thank you guys for the love, and I will see you guys later, either tonight on Insomniac or maybe when I bomb Billy. I'll see you guys next time. And now I'll go answer my phone.